days of Noah will be just like the days of the Son of Man. The prophecy of the end times is found in the book of Genesis. When we look to the account of Noah and what happened, you will find the parallel to what happens in the end times. The book of Genesis chapter 7, verse 11 says, "In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened." In Genesis chapter 7, verse 24, it says, "And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days." In Genesis 8, verse 4, it says, "And the ark rested on the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat." Now, looking to the verse 11 in Genesis 7, we see that it began on the second month. The second month until the 7th month. And that's in Genesis chapter 8, verse 4. We see that it says the 7th month on the 17th day. So it goes from the beginning of the second month on the 17th day to the 7th month and the 17th day, which is 5 months. In the count of these 5 months, we see that it says in Genesis chapter 7, verse 24, 150 days. This 150 days, or 5 months, is the time between the finalization of the wrath of God on the earth. So the completion, until the time of the completion of the wrath of God, there's 150 days. And this is very clear that this is giving a time frame and a time scale, because it's actually revealed in the end times in the same like manner, just like the days of Noah. In Revelation chapter 9, verse 10, it says, "And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months." So we have 5 months of 30-day months, a lunar calendar of 30 days, which is 150 days. And we have Christ saying in Matthew chapter 24, verse 37, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall it be also the coming of the Son of Man." From this 150 days until the time of Christ's coming, there's a point of reference in this prophecy. And at the end of these 150 days, after the wrath is completed, the birds come out. And this is exactly what happened on the days of Noah. Genesis chapter 8, verse 7 says, "And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up off the earth." And we know that in the end times, the rain is withheld. Therefore, the water has dried up on the earth. After the 150 days, the finalization of that is birds are loosed, just like the days of Noah, onto the earth to go to and fro. Revelation chapter 19, verse 17 says, "And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of our great God." So we see the fowls of heaven that are released to go to and fro throughout the earth after the 150 days. We also know that after that 150 days, during the time of Noah, that the rainbow was shown in the sky. Genesis chapter 9, verse 12, 13, and 14. It says, "And God said, This is a token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for the perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud." After the 150 days of Noah and the wrath was completed, the bow was seen in the skies as a sign of a covenant. In the end times, after the 150 days and the wrath has been completed, we see a bow and a cloud coming down with Christ, showing the eternal covenant. And there are 2 witnesses in the scriptures that give reference to this. And looking to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 15, we know that the scripture will give testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses that a matter will be established. "One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity, for any sin, in any sin that he sin. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall a matter be established. And we know in the end times that prophesying will be revealing of these truths. In the book of Revelation chapter 11 verse 3, that makes it clear that the prophets will be prophesying, this will be the truth. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. This prophecy is finalized in those 150 days. There's also scriptural reference in the prophecy that the scriptural account is given to testimony of 2 witnesses as well. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 28 says, as the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness round about. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. And when I saw it, I fell on my face, and I heard a voice of one that spake. We see that the appearance of a bow is over the Lord in the vision of Ezekiel. And in the end times, we know that Christ descends in a cloud. And we know that in the book of Revelation, it explains that there's a rainbow seen over the throne of Christ. In the book of Revelation chapter 4, verse 3, it says, and he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, and there was a rainbow round about the throne in the sight like unto an emerald. These are 2 witnesses' accounts of the rainbow that is seen around the Lord. And the 3rd witness of account of this will be when Christ descends himself on a cloud, the Son of Man descending on a cloud with a rainbow over him, that will be seen by all as an eternal covenant at the end of the 150 days, which is the fulfillment of those same 5 months in the book of Revelation chapter 9. And this is the same likeness that is seen in the days of Noah. And this is a prophecy of 150 days.